Hi again guys, and welcome to, of course, another speed build for Forza Horizon 4, this time for the ever popular McLaren P1. And incidentally, for those who are wondering, this is faster than the LaFerrari. So if you were wondering which one to buy, I mean, chances are you've probably bought one or the other, or both by now anyway, but if you were wondering, this is quicker. It's a good, like, 5 or 6 miles per hour quicker, so an interesting difference between the two. Now, as far as the tuning goes, of course you want to fully upgrade it in terms of power, you want to drop the weight as much as you can. I would strongly recommend all-wheel drive, as I always would. Now, of course, if you want to go with rear-wheel drive, you can, obviously, but it just makes such a huge difference in a game with variable weather, with tons of off-road driving, sometimes deliberate, sometimes incidental, so it just helps across the board. Now, as far as the rest of the tuning goes, you can see from the benchmark, it's quick. 1.6 to 60 is good, 3.2 to 100 is arguably even better, 272 according to the benchmark, and of course we'll put it in a race in just a second to see exactly how quick it can go. And as far as getting this tune yourself, of course you've got two primary options. You could either use this tutorial, or you could go down to the video description and just use my gamer tag or the tags below to find it in the storefront and just put it straight on your car. So it depends how you want to do it. As far as the gearbox, I'd recommend a final drive of 3.25, then for the individual gears 2.9, 1.99, 1.5, 1.18, 0.95 and 0.75. Then as far as alignment, because of the all-wheel drive primarily, I've got neutral camber and toe, 4 degrees of caster, anti-roll is on 30 and 20, springs on 95, 140, and I've opted for the lowest ride height on the front and the back, so no surprises there. As far as the dampers, we've got 10, 13, 5 and 6. For the downforce, you do have the active rear wing, but you cannot actually adjust the aero itself, and as always, I would not recommend fitting the racing wings, although a lot of people do. For the diff, I would recommend having 100% on both the acceleration and deceleration side of things. The handling is fantastic on this thing, incidentally, and as far as the centre split, I'll go for 70%. Because 70% gives you great launch off the line, a ton of grip even off-road, and it still has more than good enough handling to not become too heavy with all-wheel drive. So that's it for the tune. As I said, you can get it from my storefront, so now let's put it in a race to see what it can do. Now, even as somebody who's not a super fan of the McLaren P1, I will say this is one of the best overall cars in the game. It's easily up there with stuff like the Noble M600, the Ultima GTR, even the Pagani Zonda Cinque. It's well priced for what it is. It's got a very good top speed, 273 even, so beyond the benchmark. The acceleration is very good. It's quick off the line, but also unlike a lot of other cars that you can tune to similar speeds, even like regular production cars, they don't accelerate at top-end speeds anywhere near as quickly as this does. It's just relentless across the board. The handling is very good. Now, you can see it kind of forcibly changes lanes while I'm driving because the top speed handling does become heavier. But at the same time, it is a street car at the end of the day, so of course it's not going to necessarily handle like a Le Mans prototype, even though some cars can be that good, but they tend to be cars with huge amounts of natural downforce and big rear wings and diffusers, like the Ferrari F50 GT, for example. But overall, this is a brilliant all-rounder. I hope you enjoy using the tune, of course, win plenty of races, and also click here on screen to see all of my other builds as well. But for now, as always, thanks for watching.